2017, Disney took Club Penguin out back and put it down. Sorry to say that your puffles are long gone. But after this, Club Penguin Rewritten tried to fill the shoes of what Club Penguin once was, but was swiftly executed by Disney when they tried to run ads. Luckily, some penguins escaped the firing squad and ended up setting up homes in their own little private servers. Now, many years later, we're left with a slew of private servers trying to carry on the legacy of Club Penguin while trying to evade the ban hammer of Disney. First off, I need to address the atrocity that is the listed names of these servers. The first server I tried is Penguin Origins, which is fine. Then we have some servers like Club Penguin Journey, which has a URL of CP Journey, or New Club Penguin, which has a URL of a new CP. We had CP Legacy, CP Imagine, and the list goes on. Please, these are really bad names. I wanted to start off my journey with the OG Club Penguin, but instead I think I found the prehistoric Club Penguin. This was one of the earliest versions of the game, way before I even started playing. The iceberg was unrecognizable and there were so many areas missing, with the map being almost empty. But there were many games that stood the test of time, like my favorite game of all time, ice fishing. My two favorite parts about this game were piling up fish so high that young me thought I was breaking the game by clipping them off the screen, and the other was the closely guarded secret of catching the biggest fish at the end. When I was younger, finding this secret was insane. YouTube wasn't popular and there's very few guides back then, so it amazed me. This game is still my favorite and honestly holds up pretty well. I had a good time. Club Penguin has a ton of secrets, and that's a big reason why I liked it when I was younger. One big secret that wasn't really a secret was becoming an agent if you knew where to look. I'm not sure if this was present in early Club Penguin or the server just included it, but it felt cool to be an agent when you were younger. It felt like you were part of a super secret club. That wasn't secret at all. I don't even remember what you could do in it, but it felt cool to be a part of this exclusive club. Another thing that was cool was all the hidden secrets in the catalogs where you would buy all of your items with your coins. If you mouse over the catalogs, you could find these hidden clickable areas that would have these secret items. I was exploring the catalog in Penguin Origins and found the night vision goggles, which were my second favorite secret item as a kid. My favorite secret item was the double-necked guitar that was occasionally hidden in these catalogs. I don't think I was ever able to find it because it seemed to be rare. I was constantly on a wild goose chase for this thing, and I was just never able to get it. Probably wasn't as rare as I thought, but with no guides, it's really hard to find the specific item you're looking for. With my fit finalized, I hit the empty club and busted some moves to end my time on Penguin Origins. I got my bearings down and did mostly everything there was to do, so it was time to move on to a more populated server. I had some issues with these servers. Some of these servers were either broken and you had to download stuff, which wasn't very Club Penguin-esque to me. For example, I had to install new CP onto my computer, and that just horrified me, so I'm never doing that again. I almost looked up CP servers. This is a very thin line I'm walking. Please like the video. Regardless, we arrived at Club Penguin Legacy, which was anything but Legacy. It was a server full of tutorials and guides. I felt tethered in this game and just wanted to play without a penguin taking over my screen and telling me something I really didn't care about. There was medieval events going on everywhere, and I just wanted to play some classic games. My game froze and I rejoined the server, and it put me on top of the ski hill where I was challenged to some sled racing. I proceeded to wipe the floor with these kids. I still got it. The server also had some quests or missions, and I just really wasn't enjoying it. I was really afraid that the servers were going for a new look when I just wanted the 2007 to 2009 golden age of Club Penguin, playing in the computer labs or, on my family computer. I was so tired at this point. I tried so many different servers that were either trash or just wouldn't load and they would crash. So I loaded up my last server, Club Penguin Journey. I was really skeptical when I arrived at this strange starting hub, but I quickly went to the lighthouse to see if there was anything different. This made me joyful that people were just enjoying the server and having fun in the lighthouse. I think some of them were just trying to get stickers, which I think were like achievements in the server, but it was cool regardless, and I joined in, of course. After my jam sesh, I went down to the coffee shop because it had one of the classic games bean counters. Wait, I'm about to freak out. Why can't I play the Java beans game? It turns out somehow I was in a tutorial to like order coffee, but I luckily escaped and just played some bean counters. I was terrified that I've lost that game for forever. Okay. Oh god, I was about to freak out. I was so scared. I was so much better than when I was younger. I was just crushing it when I got a strange notification on the top of my screen. It was a server event at the nightclub. I got quickly wiped out in bean counters and headed next door to check it out. There were people swarming to the club and this place was packed. This probably would have broke my 2009 computer, but the amount of people here was just insane. I just kind of sat there for a bit in awe. The last day I saw this many people was the day the Club Penguin server shut down and everyone was mining away on the iceberg. After a bit of time, I moved on to some of the classic games upstairs, one of my favorites being Astro because it had a series of hidden levels and secrets. I really enjoyed this game, but a notification got glitched on my screen, so I begrudgingly moved on. I then hopped over to the mines for my favorite coin farming game, Card Surfers. When I was younger, I didn't really understand how it worked, so I just spammed the same button to just farm coins over and over again. I didn't do it perfectly, but it worked, so I was able to buy, new puffles, items, or igloo upgrades. I was touring the server and went to go hit up the ski slopes again when I noticed some classic Club Penguin drama. They needed to talk privately in their igloo ASAP. I quickly tried to sneak in, but the igloo was locked. Very few people used to know how to lock their igloos when I was younger, so it was very easy to sneak into these people's igloos and just try to hide and eavesdrop when the people didn't want me there. It was just so much fun to do. I don't know why I loved doing it when I was younger. It was oddly wholesome and hilarious to see this sort of romance or drama or whatever it is in a 20-year-old game from the dead. I decided to check out some of the most popular igloos and see how they evolved over the years. I could see that one thing definitely hasn't changed, and that was the more stuff you have in the igloo, the better. The server had some custom settings for igloo customizations, but people still very much favored quantity over quality. Just put as much stuff in the igloo as possible was the name of the game. I was nearing the end of my journey when I knew I needed to adopt a puffle. These little guys were everyone's favorite part of the game, and when I was younger. I didn't have membership often, so I'd usually just be limited to the red and blue puffle, so of course I adopted the blue puffle for nostalgia's sake. Picked him up from my igloo, and we arrived at my final challenge, Pizzatron 3000. This is where I was going to end my journey. I was never able to complete this game as a kid, so I tried to make my younger self proud. First off, I needed to switch to the secret candy mode, and I was off. While I was afraid Club Penguin was going to be dead forever, it's still very much alive, at least on some servers. Club Penguin Journey isn't perfect, but still captured what made the original game so special. The game felt alive, and people were constantly around you living their own little penguin lives. It's really nice to see the game thriving in its own little ways, and hopefully these servers don't go anywhere soon.